Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Black on Black Cinema. I'm your host Jay. I'm here with my co-host Micah
Hey,
and Terrence.
what's up?
All right, guys, we are back. This is episode 293. She's Gotta Have It. This is the 1986 Spike Lee directorial debut. This is not the series, by the way. That came out a couple years ago on Netflix by Spike Lee as well, but the actual original film. The log line is the film follows a young woman who is dating three men and explores the feelings this arrangement provokes. Directed and written by Spike Lee, starring Tracy Camilla Johns, Tommy Redmond Hicks, John Canada Terrell, and Spike Lee himself, and Ray Dowell. With special guests Joy Lee and Bill Lee, Spike Lee's sister and dad. It's been a really, really long time since I saw this movie. So this was kind of like pretty much like seeing it for the first time. I mean, I don't even know how many 20 years ago I saw it. It feels like a student film, which makes sense. I still like the movie quite a lot. It's amazing that it was done for $175,000. You know what I mean? Just like thinking about how much movies cost nowadays. Is probably his only movie without an official dolly shot, which is kind of fun. You kind of see like the beginnings of that in one scene. You're like, yeah, you can see why he does it, and like you can see his sort of ideas. So it's kind of cool to get a look at Spike Lee before he becomes like who we know as a director, right? In his like at his height. So yeah, I think it's good. I think it's interesting to explore a woman having an actual like free sexual appetite as your first film. Like that's super interesting, and I guess kind of risky that it doesn't come off as completely obnoxious, which I don't think it does. And also I'm not pleased with Spike Lee for stealing my entire he's copying exactly what I used to look like when I was in high school, except I didn't have the same clothes, but I was just as skinny and awkward looking as he was. So I didn't appreciate him stealing my whole style.
And a fucking motor mouth.
Yeah, well, I mean, some things don't change. I mean, what can you do? Yeah, but all in all, it's cool to go back and watch this. What did you think, Michael?
Seeing this and the series, you can tell that the series is a fully fleshed out version of something that was already pretty decent. The only knocks that I have on this movie can be attributed to the fact that, this is a first time director, his first movie in the 80s. And I don't know how many of these people are like actors.
Only Tracy Camilla Johns really only did anything else.
Yeah. Some of it, they're reading or they're memorizing, like you can hear them recalling the lines in their head as they are saying it. Mm-hmm. But if you can look past that, like you said, it's very interesting to go back and see a director's first film, and you see all of the things that Spike Lee has been, kind of known for, right? Just New York as a character, right? Fourth wall breaking, to the point where like people are giving testimonials to the camera.
Yeah.
Interesting characters and a provocative concept that centers around Black people. I think the movie is pretty good. If you're going to, if you're not into movies, I would just watch the series on Netflix. If I'm being perfectly honest with you, like it's more fleshed out. It is the perfected version of what this movie is, right? Like for you Star Wars fans, right? Like it's kind of the reverse of the George Lucas remakes of the Star Wars movies, right? Like those movies were made and they were fine. They were great. And then you get the director, because like directors crave perfection, and he tweaks it to the point where it kind of messes things up. It's like having a beautiful painting and then in big bold black ink putting your stamp on it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it kind of ruins it. But with this, it is the opposite. You take you take something that is, you see something there, and the series you see this lump of clay, and the series molds it into some pretty good art.
Yeah, it's like a rough draft, basically. That's what.
Yeah.
Yeah. Terrence, your thoughts?
I had never seen this before. This is my first time ever watching this movie. It's something. You can definitely tell that this is directed by someone that is not exactly skilled in his craft yet. The acting is atrocious. It's terrible. It's fucking god awful.
I mean, they're not actors. Like to my
yeah, exactly. So yeah, you can tell by. It seemed like he wanted to make like a French film, right? You can tell this.
Yeah,
he wanted to make art dweeb. Yeah. He's like a fucking dork. Yeah, again, like you said, for you Star Wars people, don't even bother. It was a rough watch for me. I'm gonna keep it a stack. I was like, good God, what the fuck is this?
It's slow moving. It's an hour and a half.
Yeah.
acting
The acting was killing it, man.
It suffers from what a lot of first time directors do. Like a lot of directors kind of start off as photographers, and you can kind of see it. Like they're really focused on the shot.
Yeah,
right.
You're right.
Focused on interesting.
Like the scene when when what's her name?
When he's fucking
calls him up at the end.
Yeah.
And it's just basically photos of him on the train.
Right.
Like, okay,
yeah,
cool.
It's photos in the beginning. Like it's photos.
Yeah.
Like it's all about interesting shots, right? But
yeah,
and that's kind of a trapping that a lot of first time directors, maybe not so much now, but back then they wanted to get the shot, and it. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, no,
I'm. Nola Darling's cute. I know.
I mean, I wasn't bothered.
That
was solid cast.
Look again. It's first film. I couldn't tell what year. Like when what's his name showed up. I'm like, what year is this again? Because he looked like he was from like 1955. And then Nola, she was contemporary. Yeah. No, what's his name? Overstreet.
Yeah, Overstreet. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What are you wearing, man? What's going on? Jamie Overstreet. I'm like, what year is this?
Yeah, it did look like, he's fresh off like a Jim Crow farm, right? Like it did feel like that a bit. Yeah, no, I hear you.
Looking like ugly Harry Belafonte and shit.
Look,
yo, what are we doing?
I'm gonna say something, and I mean this. Like, I honestly don't mean this like with any sort of malice at all. I really don't. That dude sounds exactly like Corey from Double Toasted. He fucking does. Like,
does
he sounds exactly like him. Like, if you go back, like he does. He sounds exactly like him. It's hilarious to me. Like he really.
If you're a movie buff, watch it. If not, don't even bother. Like I got through it, but yeah. I'm glad. I'm glad he kept
series
going.
Over. Yeah, would you recommend the series over this?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. I'm glad Spike kept going. I'm glad he did because
100%.
This was something, man. I was like,
everybody got to start somewhere.
Everybody got to start somewhere. I was 5 when this movie came out, so
Jesus Christ.
Damn.
Well, that's insane. It's just one of the. I guess it's just one of those things where, like, I like the fact that you can see. Okay, these are the these are the sort of, beginnings, crumbs of what
it's the foundation of what we got from him 40 years later with highest to low.
Okay.
He almost went back to his roots, my nigga.
Yeah, that movie sucks.
With highest to low, that was something.
That was the low. Like, it's funny because, Terrence, you've said on a number of episodes that we've done Spike Lee movies, like, yo, what is going on with all the jazz? Well, this movie answered, right? Which is, it's his dad. His dad wrote.
Yeah, I guess his dad fucking loved
for like a number of his movies. I think his dad died in like.
His dad died 2 years ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say 2000.
I just looked him up. It's 2023. Yeah. So.
Yeah, but he did the music for him.
He was almost 100.
Wow. But he did the music for him like all the way through like Do the Right Thing or something like that. So like it does make sense why he did that. And also he grew up in a household where your dad is a pretty like decent jazz musician. So yes, it would make sense that's a real part of who you are. I didn't know that. So that was kind of a nice thing to find out. But yeah, I would agree. The series is a much better look. So let's get into it. So we meet Nola Darling, who played by Tracy Camilla Johns. This movie when it opens, I'm like, what? Yeah, what decade is it? Like, it is kind of funny because the film is 99% in black and white, which can kind of strip out the timing as well, especially because it makes the 1980s look like the 1970s, which looks like the 1960s, and earlier than that. So we get this woman, and she's basically like, look, I don't like labels. She's doing one of those like real world confessionals, right? Like she's like, like right down barrel. And she's like, look, I don't like labels. I like to sleep with multiple men. People call me a freak. But I don't like that term, which, God bless. And again, this is a pretty risky topic for a first time director as a dude. If somebody told me like, hey, this is going to be what, some male director is going to do, I'd be like, don't do that.
In America in the 80s. Like, again, like this, if this is France, it'd be fine, right?
Right.
No
in America,
they don't give a fuck about sexuality. Yeah.
In America, in 2026, I would tell you don't do this as a man. Like, that's a terrible idea. Can you imagine this movie coming out now? People would be like, forget the acting quality and stuff like that, but just that topic, like, done by Steve Smith, they'd be like, what the fuck? If you don't get your ass out of here. So it's pretty brave thing to take on. So then
he was 29 when he did this.
Yeah. And so you don't know nothing. You don't know
nothing about nothing, bro.
Yeah. Like, get the fuck out of here.
You imagine a 29-year-old nowadays? Jesus fucking Christ.
No. They'd be like, first off, she's a what do they call it? Like, she's a 403 or whatever dumb shit young people say nowadays. That's a hoe, I believe. But so then you meet her. She says, hey, look, I don't like labels. And then you meet the three men she's currently dating. One of them, Jamie Overstreet. Again, this dude sounds exactly like Corey from Double Toasted to me. Like, it's just funny. Then you see, and he's kind of like the polite, well-meaning guy. Then there's a self-obsessed model, Greer Childs, a pretty Ricky-ass nigga, if you will. And then the immature motormouth Mars Blackman, played by Spike Lee, playing himself, as far as I'm concerned. This is not a.
Yeah, I mean, he can't play anybody but himself.
Yeah. He's not an actor. And so you see her with these three men. And then we meet her former roommate, played by Joy Lee, who is like, hey.
Joie.
Oh, is it Joie Lee? Mm-hmm. Pardon me. She's playing her former roommate, who was like, look, yeah, we used to be super cool, and we are still cool, but we had kind of a falling out because I would wake up every morning like, yo, who are these strange men in my house? And she was like, look, you can fucking hit the bricks if you don't like that shit. So, so I did, because I don't think that shit's acceptable. I find this topic to be really, really interesting. Do you think he handled it well? I'm curious. Sexual freedom for women.
I think he is able to convey a point. I don't necessarily know what the point is.
You convey a point. It's fucking crazy. He had a point.
I mean, I guess it's better done in the series.
Yeah. I think it is better done in the series, especially because, given the time we live in, right? Like we have to kind of transport ourselves back to when we were 6 and 5 respectively. And, how things were back then, right? Like now, like when that series came out in 2017, women, right? Like women were treated like normal people, I guess.
Yeah, back then.
Yeah, back then, right?
Yeah, back in the 2010s.
But it wasn't uncommon for women to, in my opinion, to be like, yeah, I know what I want, and this is that, right? Whereas, back in the 80s, women don't go around talking about like, women don't go around just like, I don't know what women.
As far as we know, again, we were 5. Yeah. So
right.
I don't know. Like, I had to ask my mama or some shit like that. But I can imagine, like, as puritanical as this fucking country is, regardless of if it's black, white, whatever, fucking
right. In the Reagan era, you know what I mean? Like women didn't just go out and have sex with random dudes. That that's why all these dudes are trying to claim her or whatever in their own specific way. Hell, there's a montage of she goes on to say, like, give examples of men trying to spit game or whatever. And there's a montage.
That montage made me very uncomfortable. I didn't like it at all.
Nigga at the end.
Yeah, I was like,
I'm like, yo, shut the fuck up,
you
bro.
You might be a rapist, bro. Get the fuck out of here, yo.
As a father of a little girl, I don't like none of this shit. I don't care for none of it. Get the fuck away from my house. Yeah, like
I was like, I don't like this. Fast forward.
Yeah. This guy, what does he say? Girl, I got plenty of what you need. 10 throbbing inches of USDA government inspected prime cut grade A tube steak. And then he does his tongue in a way that I'm not going to pick here because I don't care for it. Get out of here. No. Don't say that.
Looking like Byron Donald's dad or some shit. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Might have been. That might have been. Right, what is that dude up to right now? That dude is in his 60s right now. Like that one guy, 60s or 70s. So yeah, I do think he does a pretty decent job of kind of telling that story. I don't want to say telling that perspective because he doesn't have that perspective.
Yeah, he doesn't have that perspective, right?
But I think he does a pretty decent job, better than I would assume most would do. He doesn't sort of downplay. He does a good job of not making her into being like a weirdo or an idiot. Like, I don't know what I want. Oh my God. Like, show me the way, guys. Like, if anything, he shows how the guys, because of sort of their societal position, are just completely unable to handle this situation. Like, they're like, yeah, no, I'm cool with it. I mean, I'm not really cool with it. Like they eventually just fall apart, right? They try desperately to put themselves in this lane that they cannot exist in.
I think one of the points is that, for all the bravado that men have had throughout the years, right? Like, men have feelings and emotions, and you just gotta, and they don't like it. Men don't like it when when women test those things, when women make them realize that they have feelings and shit.
They don't being treated like we treat women.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
Right? Like,
exactly.
wait,
like she even says it at one point. Something like, you just got turned out or something like that. You just mad because you got turned out or some shit like that.
Yeah,
right? She says that later in the movie. And I think that's one of the points that I think we all can relate to. And I think, everyone needs to kind of come to terms with, especially dudes. Like, it's okay to have feelings, guys. No. Like, you don't, it's okay to like want someone, but like, if they don't want you back, then you got to kind of move on, man. Like, you can't fucking obsess. You can't just turn around and be like, "Oh, fuck you then, bitch." Like,
I mean, Greer does. Like,
right. And like, I would argue Greer is the worst of the three.
Oh, it's not even a question.
Oh, yeah.
It's not even a question. Like, Spike Lee doesn't even try to be like, let me give this guy like a little bit of a redeeming quality. No, this guy's a self-obsessed piece of shit. Like, he really
self-obsessed but incredibly fucking vulnerable. She's like, I need an answer now. She's like, okay, no. He's like, I'll give you a couple of days. When they're sitting on the roof, he's like, I want you to be with me. He's like, and I need an answer, and I need it right now. He's like, well, my answer's no. He's like, okay,
we just think about it then.
Right, like, nigga, come on, bro, you knock it off.
I love it. It's like she breaks up with. He's like, well, I'm gonna get a white girl. I was like, of course. Mars called that one like 45 minutes before that scene, which was hilarious. All right, so we see a scene of when what's his name? Jamie Overstreet. He meets Nola, and like he's just out on the road. He sees her walk by or whatever, and he kind of just starts following her because he's so enamored by her, which fair enough. I swear this looks like the 1970s. This is fucking crazy.
She looks like Kelly Rowland.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's kind of see.
And so then eventually,
I mean, look, I get it. Like Kelly Rowland walking out there.
For my money, Kelly.
Yeah. I feel like
it's the finest of Destiny's Children. If you
I think that's true. I do. Like, and that's not the take. Look, wow. Who are the other two?
Nothing from Beyonce, but like Kelly, I don't know.
I mean, look, Beyonce is gorgeous. Don't get me wrong, but for my money, yes, I agree. Kelly Rowland is the best looking. And look, she even knows how to like text a nigga through Excel on a cell phone. I mean, that's just one of the fucking weirdest things. Why did y'all have her do that? So she eventually stops and like he walks around the corner. He's like, oh shit! Like she's like, yeah, are you following me? He's like, look, what's your name? Where you going? I just want to take you there. Like wherever you going, I want to go. Wherever you want me to take you, I'll take you there. And she's like, oh, I got me a new simp. All right, cool. But so he gets her number, I guess. Then we see I guess how she met Mars, or just at least how they interact with each other. And Mars, played by Spike Lee, is a fucking character. Like he's got his name around his neck and a gold chain, which is definitely not really gold. It's like aluminum.
Yeah, that shit is like tin, bro.
Yeah.
Like spray painted tin.
Like, why is it so thin? Amazing. And so he's just a fucking character, right? He's like the big glasses, the whole thing. What's the guy Ramos who plays him?
Anthony Ramos.
And Anthony Ramos, who plays the same character in the series. It's hilarious because like they didn't try to change the look at all. They were just like, nah, this nigga's Puerto Rican now. Like that's it. Same dude, he's Puerto Rican. He's got the like the biker's hat. I used to have one of those. Got him a giant dork. And so like they're at Nola's apartment, and he's very much coded as like the most immature man you've ever met. Like he's basically a boy that she let hit. It's basically how I look at it. Look, being a giant dork and having this very similar vibe when I was young. This is the least realistic part of the movie because this guy's getting laid. Okay, that's not. That's how I know this is fiction. Okay, knock it off.
You got confidence. Did you have confidence? How much confidence?
You know what? That's the part I was missing. Just that. Sure.
Like, I know I'm 5 foot, whatever the fuck he is. What is he? 5'4"? How tall is Spike Lee?
Spike Lee is. There's no way Spike Lee is as tall as I am. Like,
no, he's not. Way. He's pretty fucking short. He's like Lil Wayne short.
Is Lil Wayne like a real small guy?
He's like 5'5".
I assume they call him
5'6" or something like that. He's pretty short.
Spike Lee is 5'7".
That's a lie.
But some sources say he's 5'6".
Wow, Lil Wayne is 5'5". That is sad.
That's unfortunate for him. It's good when I'm taller than people because I get to look down on them. Kevin Hart. No way, Kevin Hart.
Like 5'3".
Yeah, he's like 5'3", bro. Like, he's short. Yeah, like,
he's short as fuck.
Wow. It says he's 5'5". I don't believe that.
No, he ain't
Kevin
5'5".
Hart. Ain't no
he
fucking
ain't 5'5". Ain't no way. Look, this is how I know.
This other thing says this other thing says Kevin Hart is 5'2", which is
before Kevin Hart was Kevin Hart. He was an up and coming comedian working hard on the grind or whatever. He stopped in the gallery because he had a performance later that night and he was doing an autograph signing. This was way before he was who he was. And he went into the GameStop and people were crowded around him and I couldn't tell. I was like, what the fuck all these people doing in my GameStop, yo? Like, what the hell? And it's like, oh, Kevin Hart's in there.
Who
the fuck?
It's like, who the fuck is Kevin Hart?
Now he's one of the most famous people in the country. Amazing. Good for him. See? We on the come up. I mean, not literally, but, not physically.
You on the look up.
You got to say,
being 5'2". Being 5'2". No, can you imagine? Can you imagine if I showed up the next time y'all saw me? I was 6'2".
Like all of a sudden, 6'1", 6'2". Like, can you walk?
Hold on, guys. Don't run. That's crazy. That's absolutely nuts. Don't get the leg surgery, you fucking weirdos. Just be short. I know it ain't easy out there. So then we see from there we meet Opal Gilstrap. Opal Gilstrap. Interesting name. Who is a lesbian who is definitely interested in Nola, but Nola is not interested in women at all, which is a shame because that scene could have been great, but it's fine.
Great in the fucking series.
Yes, it was.
Awesome.
What's her name? Opal Gilstrap too, which is just again a very curious name.
All the names were the same.
Yeah, all the names are the same, right?
Yeah, it's been a number of years since I've seen this series. It was in the olden times of 2017. So yeah, she's like Opal is like definitely giving off those like Scissor Me Timbers vibes, and so Nola's like, nah, it's cool, like, like we're friends, but like, I'm not really trying to do anything. Meanwhile, Jamie comes over, and Jamie is not too pleased that Opal is even there because Nola's not feeling well, and he's like, no, we got it, like. You go ahead. You just go ahead home. Like, you don't need to be here. Like, it's fine. She's like, no, I like to stick around. Like, make sure Nola doesn't need anything. It's like, why don't you take your ass on home? Get the fuck out of here. Like, you ain't got nothing for her. Like, I got all she need all over here.
This nigga was like, you're a very attractive woman. I would have never pegged you as a gay.
1986.
Right, but then you gotta remember this is the 80s, right? Like, instead of like him being like, hey, you're gay, maybe we can make something happen, right? Like,
right.
He was like
2026 terms, like, come on now.
Right. He's like, oof, you a gay? A gay, right?
That's crazy.
Like, nah, yo, you got to see the forest through the trees, man.
Yeah, well, if you played your cards right, you could have, but you
Yeah,
didn't.
you could have seen the rivers and the lakes through the forest, if you will.
There's bushes in those forests. Come on, fucked up. So she eventually leaves. Like a lot of this feels like a play, like it's like scene for scenes, feel very play-like, which is understandable to start his career. And so he's like, "Look, I sent Opal, sent her on her way." She's like, "Okay." And basically, he's like, "So why is she always hanging out here?" And she's like, "Oh, we have fun." He's like, "What kind of fun? Like, did you record it or like what's happening?" Like that's against Jesus, you know that, right? And she's like, "No, I'm not interested. Like, fucking relax." Then we smash cut to meeting Greer Childs. I don't like this nigga at all. And neither will you if you've never seen this movie.
This nigga is the Michael Beach of his day.
100%. 100%. That is absolutely correct. This dude is something else. He's like, "Look, when we walk down the street together, we're a stunning couple." And I'm like, if you were on that show, Pop the Balloon, those women would have been like, "We're done with you," like immediately.
A goddamn Vietnam vet would have flashbacks, my nigga. Like,
yeah, that's fucking genius program. So he's basically like, "Look, I picked Nola up from out of obscurity." Basically, he was like, pulled her up out of the trash to show her the finer things in life. I'm the prize, basically. When women talk about guys who think they're the prize, they're talking about dudes like this. And he's kind of, again, he's doing one of these confessionals, straight to the camera. And then when we first see them interact with each other, this dude is lifting weights with his shirt off in her apartment while she's, painting or doing whatever type of art she's doing. And he's like, "Yeah, I never get tired, baby. Like, what's up. Like, all I do is it a crime to take good care of yourself or whatever?" It's like, and then he just starts doing push-ups. It's like, okay, man.
This nigga's like, if you weren't fine, I wouldn't be with you. You know that, right?
Yeah, I was like, no, that's not what he said. He said, "If you get fat, I won't be with you." Which is worse.
You can relate.
Yeah, well, God's making a lot of points. No, I'm just kidding. But no, this guy's a piece of he's like doing push-ups and he says, "Yeah, aren't you going to join me?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm working." And he's like, "Look, the minute you get fat, I'm leaving you," is the quote. She should have stabbed that nigga with a pair of scissors that she had in her hand right then. "If you weren't fine, I wouldn't even bother with you." He don't even say this shit in a joking manner. He's serious, which is insane. Like, I know it's 1980s. Like, yo, what the fuck?
But like, here's the thing, right? Like, this movie is kind of prescient in that regard, right? Like, that's all we see now from dudes is a bunch of Greers, right? And
that's the whole manosphere.
Is
right? Literally,
I guess he's fresh and
literally
fit,
the red pill thing,
right? Like, he's fresh and fit. He's both of them.
And he's and Nola is a modern woman who, it might not seem very modern now, but like, again, this was smack dab in the middle of the Reagan era, where gender roles were more defined and this was out of the norm. And that's, I guess that's to this movie's credit. And at the same time, I guess the more things change, the more they stay the same, right? Like, which is like disheartening to me.
Yeah. No, you would hope that things would progress. Although I think
they do progress.
But you get dips
real slow.
Yeah, well, I mean, and you get dips, right? This is like the idiot dip that we're dealing with. Though I think the manosphere is largely dying. it's not fully dead, and for some reason, young men like to listen to these no pussy getting weirdos. It's like, why are you listening to people who have to pay to get laid? Why are you listening to that?
Using your money because you buying their courses. What the fuck? Like, it doesn't make sense, dude.
Like, I will never understand that. Here's how a husband should treat his wife. You ever been married? Well, no. Then why the fuck am I listening to you? The fuck?
That's my question every time I see these. I'm like, they're not even in relationships. Why the fuck are you listening to these?
Right.
Yeah. I did just see someone making fun of Myron. I guess he's the thinner of the fresh and fit losers.
Yeah, Myron is the
he's the.
I don't even know what the other nigga is. I think that nigga died or some shit like that. Who the fuck you?
He's still alive, but he's
is he?
He's a moron.
He probably
he's fucking ugly.
This dude.
What the hell?
Spoiler alert. That's not fair. Like, they're both ugly. There's no need to make a distinction. But I saw that Myron, like, he finally got a girlfriend, and then he like shit on her like on one of his shows. They like played a clip of it, and she immediately cheated on him with some dude in Miami. I was like, that's what you get. Good.
It was some nigga on like some rollerblades.
Yeah.
Yo, that shit is hilarious, yo. Some caller called in and was like, yo, you have to find that clip. It's fucking hilarious. Because he just went in on his get. He wasn't yelling or anything like that. He's like, yo, some nigga in some rollerblades took your girl, yo. And he just sat there like he was about to start crying. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. It was very funny.
If I can
find it.
If I can find it, I will play it on air, because laughing at those dudes is just a good time. So from there, like, again,
there's a quick funny scene.
The sex scene
where Greer is and Nola working out, and they trying to fuck, right? And Nola's like, bam, him a titties, right? Like, shut look, I ain't mad at you. I like what you're working with. This dude begins to take his shirt off.
Piss me off, bro.
and then he fucking folded the shit.
Because I'm like,
and he cut the Nola. She's like, okay. And then the nigga takes his shoes off, and then neatly places. And then Nola's like, you cut the Nola. And she's just like, and then the nigga takes his pants off and then folds the shit down. It's a very funny scene, man. This scene did exactly what it was supposed to do.
Yeah, and like, bro, just stop. Take that shit, throw it, and go to work. But this guy is such a self-obsessed fucking weirdo. She probably damn near about to fall asleep by the time you get there.
He's also short. Is that? Greer's also short.
Most people
He's
are.
like slightly taller than fucking Nola. Like literally like half an inch taller than she is.
Uh-huh.
How tall is this woman?
I mean, she can't be that tall.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe she's 6 feet. You don't know.
No, she's not. What's his name is 6 feet. Overstreet is. And he's considerably taller than she is. So these niggas are short.
Mm-mm-mm.
Well, can't all be tall.
No, good. Being tall is stupid. Dumb. Nobody wants it. It's cool being average, guys. Like that's how life works. It's cool to be average. If you're Kevin Hart, far below. So then we see Nola's dad, who kind of explains like the type of person she is, and he is played by Bill Lee, the director's father, and also a jazz musician himself. And he also did all the music for this movie, which is dope. I didn't know that. But yeah, he basically was like, look, I tried to make her like well-rounded and sent her to camp and piano lessons. But Nola was but Nola was never one who could keep her mind on any one thing for too long. Message. So here's my question. Do you think that women who have multiple partners like this. Like she's dating these 3 guys, right? She's not just out there like randomly hooking up with a bunch of guys. She's dating these 3 guys all at the same time. Could you be one of these guys?
No.
No, absolutely not.
Wow.
Nah, I couldn't.
Listen to these 1986 ass niggas right here.
Goddamn right.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't do it. Like, look, no fault.
Have you ever dated multiple
but,
women at the same time?
No, that seems like a fucking hassle, bro.
It seems like a fucking headache. Yeah, I got it. One is enough.
Yeah, it's not so bad. It's not so bad.
Well,
but I don't know if I would say I was dating them. Like,
or just like hanging out. Like you're just hanging out. Like, I mean,
no,
there's
I'm
a
just
difference
saying,
between
like,
dating and just kind of
like you got your
playing the
cadre
field.
Your cadre of folks out there. Yeah, I think it's a little. I don't want to say polyamorous because, I mean, I guess it is. I guess it is kind of a poly relationship, right? Like they're all aware of each other. Yeah. I couldn't do that.
Yeah, hell no.
Right, and then you know him. You know him.
Fuck no.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, that's very different than like you hook up with somebody, then you go on a date, you hook up with somebody, and then you go back, you hook up with the first person. That's one thing. But to be like, I'm definitively dating this person.
Yeah, let's all have Thanksgiving dinner
and
together.
then tomorrow I'm fucking Mars.
Fucking lutely not.
Oh, so y'all not going to the Thanksgiving dinner?
Fuck no.
Y'all niggas are not enlightened. That is some sad shit.
Yeah, I'm asleep. Like I'm not woke.
Look,
I'm not woke.
I'm also right there with you. I'm just saying, I'm judging the two of you. No, I don't think I could do it.
I know I couldn't do it.
Yeah, but I also don't think I would be like, you better choose. Like, I don't think I would be like that either. It's like, hey, I'm dating you. Oh, that's cool. Well, I'm also dating these other 2 men. Well, here's the thing: you're dating 2 men in total.
Best of luck. Right, exactly. I'm like, we can still be cool, but we're no longer doing this.
Now, now if she was dating 2 guys and you were just like, you just show up, you do your thing, and then you break the fuck out. Like, is that a problem if she's definitively dating 2 other men?
That don't work, yo.
No.
What do you mean? No, what do you mean?
I'm saying, let's say, or all 3 of these guys. But then, she's like, I'm dating these guys, but then you meet her and she's like, oh, you don't have to, like, we don't have to date or whatever, but like we can hook up. But I'm dating those 2 people.
No problem with that.
Okay. All right.
As long as we're not fucking dating.
One time. Like, you're cool to be an interloper, but like that's it.
Look, I'm cool one time, right? But you keep doing that, you develop feelings, yo. You do.
Look, you
get pulled in, and now you're number 4.
Pulled in. That black tar just sucks you down. It just happens. Yo.
Well, maybe, but I'm slightly different. I could.
Well, you're weird. Like you don't feel feelings.
No.
I do feel feelings.
No. Well, no, you don't.
That's not true.
Is the name of the woman that Terrence had recently had sex with. That's what he's feeling. So get out of here.
I'm feeling her up, and I'll feel this other one. No, but I could do the like, hey, I show up, have a good time, whatever, and I'm out. But I'm not like, I ain't taking you to dinner. Like, we're not.
Yeah, I'm not fucking. Like,
well, that's dating.
No.
Yeah, y'all dating. You go date those other 3. Like, that's fine. I'll come. Oh,
like if you call me like she called homeboy at the end, I'm like, what time is it? I'll be like, it's 12 o'clock. Yeah.
You up? Like, you know what?
What you doing? What you doing? Like, chilling.
With a woman in your bed?
With
a woman in your bed? You going to see Nola Darling with a woman in your bed?
Oh, that's fucked up. Nah, that's fucked up.
Right.
Like, no. If I'm in a relationship with somebody else, hell no, I'm not doing it. That's fucked up. That's cheating, nigga.
Well, no. What he wasn't going there to cheat. He was saying, I have a friend in need. Friend in need. Like, nigga, you knew what the fuck.
Like, when he showed up, he thought she was in trouble. Yeah, like, nigga, no, you didn't.
You're lying.
Drop the act, nigga. Cut it out.
He was like, is it happening? Is that? Oh, it's happening? All right, bet.
No, I wouldn't do that. Hell no. That's fucked up.
Yeah, I don't. I couldn't be in a
dating, sir. He said, I'm dating a dancer now. Because later on, he's like, I'm dating a dancer. And that was her. She said, I won't be here in the morning. He's like, oh, whatever.
No, he didn't even say whatever. He just kept moving. Like, she's like, I won't be there. He was like, he just kept going. It was fucked up. So yeah, we see the scene where Jamie comes over to her house, and he's like, "Hey, it's your birthday. Close your eyes, click your heels. Say 'no place like home' 3 times." She does it more than 3 times because she's not a very good listener. And suddenly everything turns to color from black and white, and we get an interpretive dance scene. And Micah, you know me well enough.
Fast forward.
Yeah. Micah and Terrence, you know, I hate interpretive dance. I cannot stand it. It is the bait.
I did the same thing. I'm like, when are we going to get back to talking? Because what the fuck?
I don't know what to interpret from dancing, yo. I really don't.
It bothers me. The 2 things I dislike the most, like in this genre of things that happens in life, I don't like to be sung to, and I don't like to be forced to watch interpretive dance. Like, I don't. If someone is doing interpretive dance and singing, that is my personal hell. Like, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like when my wife even jokes and sings to me. I don't care for it. I'm like, please stop doing that. Like, it makes me deeply uncomfortable.
Can she sing?
My wife cannot carry a tune if she had help. Okay, like no, she can't.
God damn.
Oh, she can't. What the fuck? Like, nigga, neither can I. So it's not an insult. We're 2 no singing ass people in that house. And my daughter, she can't really carry a tune either, but she's really passionate about it. So maybe one day she will develop a skill. So yeah, this interpretive dancing.
No, I literally fast forward. I'm like, when are they going to start talking? Because this does nothing for me. Like,
it does nothing for me. It makes me uncomfortable.
This doesn't further the story at all.
Yeah, I don't want to be there. I don't like it. So then we see a scene after that. After they're off of their interpretive dance high, they're back.
Yo, what's up with this nigga's wardrobe? I'm sorry. I'm just like, what is this? It was bothersome to me. I know it's the 80s, but come on, my nigga. Like, what is going on?
Wait, nah, you're not gonna clown that outfit. You're not gonna clown the baby blue pants with the baby blue and white and yellow button up. Nah, yo, you hate it.
Like Popeye the fucking Sailor Man. This is crazy, dude.
Nah, yo, he looks appropriate for some era. I don't know, but whichever era it is, this nigga look dope. So then while they're laying there post coitus, she gets a phone call from Mars, and he's like, "Hey, can I come over? You know, it's your birthday. Trying to make something happen." Which is a lame way of celebrating somebody's birthday that you're in a quasi polyamorous relationship with. And she's like, "Nah, it's too late. Like, you can't come over." And then she gets off the phone, and Jamie's like, "Oh, who was that?" She's like, "Oh, it was Mars," which is weird. Like, hey, it's the other guy I'm fucking on a regular basis. And he's like, "Oh, what did he want?" She's like, "Oh, he wanted to come over, but I told him it was too late." He was like, "Why didn't you tell him I was there?" She was like, "Why? Like, I don't give a fuck about you."
Like, who the fuck are you, nigga?
Yeah. He was like, "Yo, I didn't put on these Jim Crow clothes for nothing. Don't treat me like this." So he's mad. He gives a confessional. He talks about like how he writes her poems, even though he doesn't write poetry very well.
Let me ask you a question. Okay. Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
You ever do that?
Write poetry?
Hell no.
Nigga, who are you talking to?
Like, hell no. I've never done that. But I remember the episode of Airing Grievances where you wrote a poem for some chick. And what was the song you did? What was the song?
Oh, it was Emotional Roller Coaster.
It was Emotional Roller Coaster. I love that song.
Yeah, I do too. I do too.
Nigga, what the fuck?
You are such a fucking lame dude.
Look, Jamie Overstreet is the one that I relate to the most in this movie.
That makes sense.
Writing lame poetry, bad fashion sense, big fucking head, and sound like Corey from Double Toasted.
Yeah, down the line, this is you. This is you, 100%. Yo, that's
my God.
Think you in love with a black girl from New York who don't really want you, but just kind of there wasting your time. Yeah, I can relate.
This movie might be a little too close to home for you.
I think that might be why I'm the most easy on it. You know what I mean?
I don't know. This
scene,
right? Like this story is okay, guys. Like it's realistic.
That shit is funny. I remember as soon as you said that, I'm like, I remember that episode.
I do not remember.
Yeah, he wrote that fucking poem. Like, and you didn't know the song when he told you. You didn't know what the song was.
No, that's
Vivian Green. Song, I think.
Yeah,
Vivian Green, isn't it? Yeah.
Vivian Green.
That was a great song, man.
I would have to hear it, but certainly you writing poetry might be the fucking funniest thing I've ever heard. That's just very silly. No, I've never been a poetry guy. That's never been a thing.
Nah.
I did buy a woman a dozen roses once for her birthday. Looking back, that was pretty lame. She liked it, but I feel like I was being pretty lame at the time. So yeah, I'm not a flowers guy either. Like that's not really my thing.
Like the dozen roses is a go-to. It's like the classic go-to, right?
Yeah, it feels standard. It feels standard.
My wife likes
it.
Yeah. I'll just be like, I bought you a coffee. Like here's a latte that you like. Yeah, I don't go in on the classic romantic things like that. Like I guess I'm just not like that. I don't open the doors for people either. Like so.
Well, yeah, that might be my problem.
Yeah. I don't know. It worked out for me.
I have a fucking visceral fucking response to that. I just don't get it. I don't understand why.
It feels fake. It feels fake. Like it feels like you're doing it just to get laid, which is understandable. I get it. I do things when I was single to get laid too. Duh. But yeah, it feels like you're trying to play life on like cheat mode or some shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? You're like, oh, I already put in all the codes. Like, does this work? Does this work? Like
when you drive and so when you open the door for your wife, Micah? I know that nigga don't do that shit for his wife.
Sometimes it depends on which side we approach. If we approach the passenger side, yeah, I'll open it. But if we approach the driver's side, I'm not going all the way around. Like we married.
No, I'm talking about when you're driving and you park somewhere and y'all getting out.
If we're on like a date,
Target, nigga. Well, not Target, but like,
like we're going to the supermarket.
Go to Target. Fuck.
Yeah.
No. Not like if we're on a date, I'll do it. Or if we're walking back from a store and we approach the car.
Oh, you're already on the passenger side. Okay,
yeah, then I'll open the door.
Yeah,
but I'm not gonna.
I can see that, but I understand it, but no.
Like, yo, your arms work.
Like, I can't.
It's so weird to me.
I don't know, man. It's fucking weird.
You walking in front of your wife. Y'all walking into a store. You're not gonna open the door and let her.
I'll open the door. Yeah, I do that. I'm talking specifically car doors.
Oh, okay.
That's for me. That's for me. Specifically,
like you go into the store and I'm like, you
open the door, bitch. Like, what the fuck? That's fucked up, dude. Or I'm in front. I open it and close it in her face. That's crazy.
Women's lib, and then you close it. Yeah, that'd be crazy. No, like that. Like if you're going into a store, like yeah, of course. But I would do that for anybody, right? Like it's just a common courtesy type of shit.
Right.
But like to a car door, like even if we're approaching, I'd be like, and now I'm going to go to my side. Like it just feels really weird. And that's not even a judgment, by the way, of other people, because I know people are like, it's not wrong. It's right if that's right for you. I just think you're all weird. Like I just think you're all being weird.
There's no judgment for other people. You niggas is weird.
You just you're all weird. No,
I don't know. I don't know why.
It never comes
up because I never saw my father do it. Yeah, I never did that shit. Like my mother has arms. You can open your own fucking door.
Like it's right there. You
maybe when they were on dates, I don't know.
Like if my wife was wearing like a formal dress or something, then yes, right? You gotta like make sure like the dress gets in, don't get caught in the door and type of shit. Sure, if we're on a carriage, right? Like if there's a puddle, do I throw my jacket down on it? No, that's just weird.
I paid for this jacket.
Yeah, like I just had a jacket. Why would I do that? Walk around.
Walk around.
Like you don't have to walk on the puddle. So yeah, I don't know, and I know there's gonna be some like old school people like you're supposed to do that. Why? Like,
who?
Yes, that's who. Traditions are just peer pressure from dead people. You don't have to do that.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I heard that one time. I just thought that was great. It was a great line.
Oh, shit.
But it's true. It's true. Don't worry about what a knight did in fucking 13, 14. Who gives a shit? So then we see what's his face? Mars. He's like, look, Jamie, he don't have no fucking like he's not cool. Greer sucks. These guys don't got no skills, no rap. And then you just see him suck a titty. Like that's
Spike think he's slick, yo.
Yeah,
right. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, it's art. It's art. Okay, nigga. What the fuck? It's a close up.
I gotta make sure this lighting is right.
Right. You gotta get the rim light on the admittedly very lovely looking nipple.
Yeah.
And then like all right.
It's a classic shot.
Bro.
It's classic.
Again, it's a good shot. It's a great shot. I commend the man for the shot, but like, nigga,
you ain't slick.
Again, you just
you
want to
ain't
suck
slick,
a titty.
nigga.
It's fine.
You lingering too. You lingering on that shot. You luxuriating in that shot, bro.
Did they date? Were they dating at the time? Maybe they were. I mean, he's putting his tongue in her belly button, the whole 9 yards. I'm like, this is dating vibes. They're like, I'm very suspicious of directors who put themselves in movies where they're like, they're having too good of a time. Like, you ever seen that movie Brown Bunny or that scene from that movie?
I've heard of it. Yeah,
I've heard of it. Like, didn't the director get a blowjob or some shit like that in that movie?
Yeah, and
like, legitimately,
and he came on her face. Like, it's fucking.
like, come on, man.
Yeah, they used to date. Chloe Sevigny or whatever, and the director. But it was just like, yeah.
How do you say the last name?
Yeah. But yeah, he was like, yeah, why don't you give me a blowjob, and then I'm gonna bust in your face. And she was like, okay. It's like, how did you fall for this, yo? How did you fall for this? Like, how did you fall for it? Like, that's just crazy to me. Yeah, you can watch it on the internet. As you can see everything. So yeah, you see a scene of Mars and Nola, post coitus, and you realize why she likes him, right? Because he's like a goofball and makes her laugh and stuff like that. And he's like, oh, puts her panties on his head. He's like, yeah, I'm a superhero type of dumb shit, right? But he's just super immature. But she likes him because, like, he's a fun time. I did notice that when he got out of the bed, I assumed that he was nude, like, because he's hiding in the shadows. But this nigga still has his Jordans on. Like, you see him.
Right, he had his Jordans on the whole fucking scene.
Like, which is wild. Like, bro, come on. But, okay. So then he's like, hey, can you oil my hair? She's like, all right, cool. And, they have this kind of intimate moment. Apparently this nigga has a bunch of dandruff, which I don't know why that would be hot to a woman. I don't really get it. And then we see Jamie he's starting to get more and more pissed. He's like, I had enough of this Sharon shit, and like, into this. And Greer is also starting to get pissed about the Sharon because, like, he's like, look, I'm not saying that you're a nympho, slut, or a whore. I'm not saying that. Many other people, like, feels like you're saying it. But yeah, he's like, look, I'm not trying to say all that, but I'm kind of tired of this, the Sharon shit. And so yeah, she's like, look,
this nigga, like, you need to go to therapy.
So that's a wild take. That's a wild take.
Cure your sexual urges.
Yeah, she was like, well, maybe I should go celibate. He's like, whoa, slow down. Not me. And then she goes to therapy, and the therapist is like, yeah, she's fine.
Yeah, seems normal to me.
Yeah.
Woman doctors. What do they know?
What do they know?
All right.
Oh shit!
Fucking alpha male shit, man.
That's very weird, man. That's very weird. I know I don't understand the idea of like you don't want a woman who has a normal sexual appetite. Like this woman looked like she likes sex too much. I'm sorry. What's the negative? I'm confused. Again, niggas in the 90s were wishing for this day, and now women are on OnlyFans and niggas are complaining. I don't understand you. I don't understand you.
It's like, yo, just shut up and enjoy the show. You ain't getting them anyway. Like, goddamn. Find somebody that don't want to have sex with you, that don't want to have sex. So you can just sit there and just look at each other, whatever the fuck you want to do. I don't know what the hell these niggas want anymore.
We walk so y'all can run, and yeah, you complain about it. Like, get out of here. So Nola secretly invites all three men over to have Thanksgiving dinner with her, and they all show up all together, and comedy ensues. Greer wears a tuxedo. This nigga's got on a bow tie. He thought it was just gonna be the two of them, and this nigga is kitted out like he going to fucking like a major party. Yo, it's just the two of y'all. Relax.
Yes, Thanksgiving dinner. Who the fuck dresses up for Thanksgiving dinner at someone's house? What the fuck kind of weird ass shit is that? What the hell?
Yeah, very strange. Jamie is also dressed up, but he's dressed up a little bit more modestly. He's just wearing a shirt and tie. And Mars is wearing a golf shirt buttoned up all the way to his throat. And that's the best he could do. So, also, I didn't appreciate Jamie being like mad stingy with the turkey. I was like I'm on a high protein.
Nah, you can be stingy with a turkey. Fuck that.
Depends on who cooks it.
Yeah, turkey's overrated. Also, that nigga wanted white meat. Get the fuck out of here, yo.
That's the driest.
No, man.
Right.
The
like,
turkey.
Who the fuck eats white meat for turkey? What the fuck?
Nah.
All right, bro.
I did like Spike Lee's response. He was like,
He said, white, please. Figures. That's very funny.
That was a great one. Yeah, and like Greer is like being a real asshole at the dinner. He's like, when can we rid ourselves of this ghetto trash that's here? It's like,
yeah, this nigga think he Dudley from Street Fighter, yo. Like, what the fuck?
Gutter trash.
Offensive.
Yeah, like right to your face. I'm like, yo, you want to fight, nigga? Like, what's up, dude? Like,
yeah, like, come on, Jamie, let's jump this nigga. Like right now. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Mars flips a coin and tells the other guys like, all right, y'all can leave, type of shit. Yeah, and Nola's like,
Mars at one point is like, all right, look, I'll make a deal with you. You can have a 3 days a week. I'll have a 2 days a week, but I get the weekends. Like,
she's an adult.
That math ain't mathing in my favor, nigga.
He said you can have a 4 days. I'll take a 3, but I get the weekends.
Yeah, what the fuck?
But he gave it more days, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I get it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Oh, all right.
Like, nigga, fuck you.
No, get out
Those
of
are
here.
the best days, nigga. She gotta go
work week. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. So yeah, at some point, like Jamie and Mars, they strike up a little bit. I wouldn't say a friendship, but they're a little bit more reasonable with one another. Greer is definitely on the outside. Like he's by far the worst one. Is Greer in the series?
He's a straight up dickhead.
I'm trying to remember who's the dark skinned like African dude. Which character is he? Jamie in the series?
No, Jamie Greer in the series was a light skinned dude.
Yeah, so Jamie is the dark skinned African dude, right?
Jamie was Lyric Bent. Remember Lyric Bent?
Yeah, I think that's what I'm thinking of. Lyric Bent. Yeah, that's him. Yeah, that's him. So okay, so he was Jamie.
Anthony.
Has that guy been in anything?
Lyric Bent?
Yeah,
he's been in a bunch of he's been in a bunch of
he's from Kingston.
stuff that you wouldn't watch unless we had to review it.
Oh, he was the husband in Acrimony, correct?
Yeah, he was.
Okay.
Again, a bunch of shit you wouldn't watch if we didn't have to review.
He was in Acrimony and he was in Napoli Ever After. We did that. That was a good movie. Yeah. He hasn't been in a movie since 2019, and he hasn't been in a series since 2023. He was on Law and Order. So, yeah. So there you go. Yeah, I thought that guy was a pretty decent actor. So all the other guys leave.
Oh, shorty from the chick from fucking
Highest to
Low was Opal. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Is that the wife?
That was the wife from Highest to Low. Yeah. I didn't recognize her.
Oh, okay.
Huh. Okay. Well, there you go.
She was just as good in this as she was in that. So the other guys leave and Jamie stays, and I mean it's clear that Jamie is probably the most reasonable of the three, where Mars is completely immature and is like a child, and Greer is just a gigantic
fucking dickhead.
I mean, she likes these guys. She likes these guys. You know, she likes Greer because Greer is physically like attractive, right?
Yeah.
She likes Mars because Mars makes her laugh. She likes Jamie because Jamie is stability, and you know he's nice and stable, right? Which is why I think she starts to gravitate a little towards him. But you know, things change at the end.
Yeah, she gets a little something from all three of them, and all three combined, they basically explain it. Jamie and what's his name explain it in their little confessionals. At one point,
something about being a 3-headed, 6-armed, 3-dicked monster of a man or some shit. Like, what a weird description, dude.
That's like, Greer. That's what Greer said.
Like
weirdo.
Yeah, like you didn't have to at all. You could have just been like, all of our personalities are this. He's like, nah, but 3 dicks though. Like, all right, does it seem
right again? Like, Jamie was the reasonable one. It's like, yeah, all 3 of us combined, and she makes up the perfect man for her. He's like, he got 3 penises. Huh? All right, nigga, like what the fuck, dude? You fucking
okay. You spend a lot of time looking in the mirror at yourself. Just okay, like take it easy. The male form is really beautiful. We get it. All right, Jamie. Greer, we understand. So
Nola would have a podcast nowadays, yo. He would 100% have a podcast.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, first off, let me tell you about these females. Here we go. Are you calling women that? Fucking idiot. Shout out to anybody listening. Stop calling women females. It's very weird. It's very, very weird. Don't do that. Well, they are females.
Especially women. Especially some of you women that do that shit. I'm like, why y'all?
Yeah, you don't call men males. Like, you don't do that. No one does. Like, until you start doing that, then fine. You want to call men males all the time, then fine. Otherwise, stop doing that. It's weird. It's just very strange. It's a way of like kind of dehumanizing them. It's bizarre. She has a dream. Nola has a dream about 3 women that are dating the 3 men. And it's so funny because you can tell exactly the personalities, like the looks of the women line up with the men. Like you could tell right away. So she has this dream that these 3 women are dating the 3 men, and they come in because she's stolen their men from them. And so they set her on fire. Obviously this is just a dream. This doesn't happen. But nonetheless, she wakes up screaming basically.
The worst line read of the film. Fire! 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 Oh, God. Oh, my God. What are we doing?
She was screaming it. Jamie woke up and was like, hey, what's going on? Like, that was the most unreasonable reaction to her just screaming at the top of her lungs.
Are you okay?
Like, are you good? Are you having a bad dream? Okay. Like, this bitch was screaming. Like, yo, what's up? What the fuck? I would be flipping out.
Yeah, I'd be freaking out. Yeah, I'm glad my wife doesn't have like dreams that she's like yelling or some shit. I would be like, what the fuck's going on? Like, relax, bro. The worst is like she's laughed in her sleep, which is I just start laughing. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, why are you waking me up? It's bizarre.
Wait, what?
She's had dreams like on occasion, not common, but on occasion like she'll start laughing, and I'm like, are you awake? It's like she's like, oh, sorry, like she's had like a funny dream or whatever. People are weird, man. People are very weird. So she starts to tell, she's telling Jamie like, yeah, I'm gonna basically break up with the other guys. I want to just be with you. And he's like, I'm not. I don't know if I'm buying it. So she goes and she kind of like has this kind of come to Jesus meeting with the guys, and they all get like different levels of pissed. And Jamie eventually is like, nah, fuck this. Like, this is ridiculous. I'm done. Like, you're not. I don't want to be a part of this like this polyamorous relationship anymore. And I'm gonna do like she was like, I think I'm gonna be celibate, and he's like, what the fuck? Like, you know what? Fuck off. Like after giving it up for years on end, all of a sudden you want to be with me, but you want to be celibate? Nah. Agreed. Totally reasonable response. Later on, maybe not so reasonable. Pretty bad, to be honest. So he walks out. And then immediately Opal comes sniffing around. She's like, oh, the dicks are gone? All right, well, let's see what's up. And so she's like, hey, what happened? These men sure are terrible. And maybe you need some, tender hands. And she starts trying to like make something happen. And she kind of just goes for it. And that don't work out. She gets rejected by Nola. Nola's like, I'm not.
I thought it was a choice, guys. I thought it was a choice.
Oh, she chose not to. She just chose not to. And then she was like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and masturbate in the next scene. Thanks, Spike. Appreciate that.
Right. A lot of art. Overhead shots.
Yeah, he's like, so the artful shot is you're going to masturbate. And I'm going to stand here. Is the camera running? Sure. Let's go with that. Anyway, this will be in the movie. So yeah, she I guess she's thinking about either Opal or the three guys or maybe a melange of all four people. And she calls Jamie and she's like, look, it's very important. I need you to come over right now. Like she hits him with the like, what you doing text type of shit. And he's like, no, I don't trust it. Nah, I'm not trying to do this anymore. Get the fuck out of here. And she's like, no, this is an emergency. Like I really need you. And he's like, all right, it better be an emergency. And then he lays back down only to reveal that the dancer from earlier, I guess, is laying in his bed. And she's like, oh, what was that all about? And he says, oh, there's a friend in need. And she says the line, well, I won't be here when you get back. And he literally doesn't respond. He just keeps getting out of bed. He's like, I could give a fuck.
Is also incredibly fine. Like I'm like,
look, no notes
like,
on the
Nola, click, fuck out of here.
Like you and your bullshit or a sure thing, and this woman is fine. You know what? I'm good. It's okay. It's not much of a hard decision for me. Yeah, that woman actually has a very modern look, which is kind of interesting because a lot of people in this movie absolutely don't.
Right.
So we see Jamie on subway heading over to see Nola, and he's like, "All right, what's the emergency? Yeah, I got my members only jacket on. Like what's up?" And she's like, "I need you," and he's like, "This is what you got me the fuck out of bed for?" He's like, "Look, why don't you call any of the other niggas in Brooklyn, basically?" And she's like, "No, I want to be with you. I don't want to be with anybody else." And she starts kissing on him, and he's like, "I love you," or she says, "I love you," and she's like, "Make love to me," and all this other shit. And he just was like, "All right, no, you don't want me to make love to you. You want me to fuck you." Is quite literally what he says, and then he just like bends her over and kind of has very rough sex with her. He's like, "Oh, is this how Mars likes it? Is this how Greer likes it?" Which is a thing. I don't feel like
it's a weird thing to ask, man. I feel
like women don't want to hear that.
Ugh.
In this scene,
I never understood the whole comparative. How am I? Mars did that earlier. It was like, am I better than him? Well, are you auditioning to be with him? What? It's weird. It's weird. Why are you comparing notes?
This is why I don't understand the body count thing. Like, I don't even understand why you want to know.
Right.
Like, I don't understand that.
Who gives a shit?
Spoiler alert: more than 0 sucks. So it's just best not to think about it. Like, oh, well, I had sex with 2 people. Two? What the fuck? Like, whatever number it is, like in your brain, you're going to be like, all you can think, you're going to start to just think about this person that you want to be with having sex. Like, how about, like, who cares? Like, do you have venereal diseases? No? Good. Then we're off to the races. Like, who cares?
Yeah, look, I don't want to know how many, but I don't want it to be 0, right?
That's true.
Like, that's not good. That's like fucking a virgin is the fucking worst.
No, I know. I'm not interested in teaching someone as an adult.
No. Get out of here.
But that idea
I find it very weird when men are like,
want a virgin.
I want a virgin. Like, why, bro? Like,
because you want a child. You want a child.
Well, that and they don't know how to fuck. Because if you know how to have sex, you wouldn't necessarily be intimidated by the idea that your partner's had sex with other people. But if you're like, I need her to think I'm the best she's ever going to have, then you want somebody with no experience. No, like having sex with a virgin sucks. Like, what do we do?
Right.
You're awkward and shit. You don't know what you're doing. But if you have experience, you know what you're doing. I just don't understand it. Like, I think all that body count shit is just super weird. I think it's super weird. A woman can't have more than 4 partners or whatever. Like
4, nigga. I've heard 2.
That's insane.
These niggas are wild, yo. These are like, you can't have no more than 2, including you. Like, what the fuck?
Like 2 partners?
What the fuck?
Like, how young are you hooking up with these people? You know what I mean? Like,
that's what I'm saying, yo. Like,
it's super weird. Like, if you're an adult and you meet someone that's 30 years old, you've probably had, and they've had sex before, they've probably had more than 2 partners. Like, even if you had long-term relationships, you could be like, I dated this person for a year. I dated this other person for 6 months. I dated this person for 3 months. That's 3 people. Like, from the time you're 20 to 30, you're like, come on, that's insane. Like, even if you said you started just for numbers, you start having sex at 20 years old. If you met the person at 30, you could easily have 10 partners, and having sex 1 person a year is not insane. Like, no one's like, oh, this person's really laying it down. You'd be like, you had sex 1 time in a whole year? Congratulations. Like, what the fuck? So, like, it's very bizarre. Like, I'm not saying I think it's normal if somebody's like, oh, I've had 500 partners. Okay, that's too many. But, like, I think there's a happy medium between 0 and 500. Like, without being ridiculous. Like, come on. Like, and that's men and women, too, by the way. Like, you trying to go for a fucking Guinness Book World Record? Like, relax. But, yeah, so I would argue, is what he does is tantamount to rape. I mean, she calls it like near rape later in the movie, but I guess like she's not telling him to stop, but it's like, I don't know. It feels uncomfortable to me. It feels like
I didn't like that. I didn't like it. I know what the scene is doing. It's just hard for me to see something like that. That's all.
Yeah, no, I agree. She's not enjoying herself. Okay, she does not want this, and it flashes to like her having sex with Greer and Mars. He's like, yeah, is this what they want? You know, like, and he's like, whose pussy is this? And all that. It's like, these are things you say when things are nice, not this situation. This is just.
Yeah, he says something. What does he say at the end of that scene? He says, "Here I am trying to dog you in the best I can, and what bothers me is I enjoyed it." And I'm like,
I don't like that line at all.
What does that mean? I was like, what does that mean, bro? Like, I was like, what? Okay.
Yeah, you're giving off some rapey vibes, bro. Real rapey vibes. Because that's what you just did. So from there, she goes and sees her old roommate. And she's like, yeah, like thinking about just kind of cooling down, like I got to chill type of shit, like with all these dudes. And her roommate's like, she's like, look, I ain't judging you. Yeah, that's cool. Then we get Greer's like, yeah, the 3-penis monster. Like, all right, nigga, you're weird. So she meets up with Greer at one point, and she's like, yeah. He's like, hey, why don't we go to Manhattan? We'll get lunch. Like, everything be cool. Like, don't worry about it. She's like, so here's the thing. I'm breaking up with you, nigga. And he's like, you're cutting your own throat, don't you? It's like, all right, nigga. Like, it's like a beer way of making that point. And so, yeah, he's like, I ain't like your ass anyway. Get out of here. I'm going to get me a white girl. Forget you. Figures. Which is just funny. Then we see her break up with Mars. Those shorts are a choice, Mars. Definitely a choice. And
it's funny. Spike Lee wrote this movie. You would think that he would deliver a better read of please, baby, please,
nope.
than the one we got in the film.
Nope. His wife, interestingly enough, his wife wrote a children's book called Please Baby Please that I have that I bought my daughter, and that's one of the lines in the book, right? Because it keeps asking her like, eat your dinner, please baby please, like that type of shit. But that's a children's book they actually wrote, which is cute.
How's it feel to know that is the desperate plea of a man who is just who just needs that pussy?
Yeah. Really puts the book.
Read that to your daughter.
She was an infant. Yes. Yes. Thanks, Spike. Thanks again. Appreciate you. So then she goes to Jamie, and Jamie is on his like I could give a fuck type shit, and she's like, no, it's just you and me, 1-on-1. I just want to be with you. And he's like, all right, like, she kind of walks away, giving the progenitor of the dolly shot, but she's walking. She's not doing the slide. But you can see it. Like Spike's like, I know what I'm going to do in my next movie. So she walks away, and then she turns back, and he's like, you got one chance. Like you don't have any more chances, basically, to fuck it up. And so then she goes back with him. And then smash cut to, I guess, a couple weeks later, she was like, look, that nigga ain't work out. Like, this is crazy. Like, I don't know what the fuck. This is a momentary weakness.
It was like, nah, I was just feeling bad. I ain't had no new dick in a while. So once I got some, I was like, all right, I don't want this monogamy shit. This ain't for me. And look, if this is the point of the movie that like women are just like men, like monogamy doesn't work for some people, and women should not be exempt from that. And which fine, I mean, that's something that you rarely see now in film.
Yes,
and you certainly didn't see it 40 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, I think sort of the sexual revolution, especially for women, has made this more possible. I think a lot more. I mean, it's been quite literally, my anniversary is coming up in a couple of days. But like, I haven't been in the dating game in like 17 years. Jesus Christ. I am old. Wow. But I mean, women felt more liberated then too. So I'm sure that it is even more so the case now. But I met women who were just like, nah, I'm cool with just like hooking up and having fun. Like, but I don't want to date. I was like, fine by me. Say no more.
Sign me up.
Right. Now hold on. Let me fold my shorts and give me 20 minutes, right, to get ready.
And I think that's the problem with a lot of men now. Like women, again, I've been saying this forever. Like women don't need men.
They don't.
No, they're like, if they want to fuck you, that's because they want to fuck you. They don't need you. If they want to be in a relationship with you, that's because they want to. They don't need to. So people, like a lot of men can't handle that. They lose their fucking minds. And that's where these bread pill motherfuckers come in. It's like, you got to cheat it. You got to teach these women how to want you, like how to need you and all this stuff. That's why they want virgins and shit like that. And women to stay at home and be fucking mothers and all that other weird shit, because they want them to need them. Not because they want them, but because they need them to survive. And women don't, that's not the case anymore. And a lot of men just can't handle that shit, which is silly. It's just dumb.
It is.
And turn around and bitch and complain about how annoying women are. Like, what the fuck do you want, yo? Like,
it's like you can't win for losing. It's like,
God damn.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
And also, a lot of men just don't like women. That's just a fact.
Yeah,
that's just like an honest fact. Like a lot of men just do not like women. They like to have sex with women. They don't actually respect women as people. Like a lot of people, like, again, I know, Mikey, you respect women, but you say you can't have a woman friend that you are attracted to. You said that a couple times.
I've said that, but
you're married now.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
You're fuck now, but
when I said that, it's because I am a very insecure man, and I would be primed to be one of those dudes if I didn't have people keeping me in check. Like if I didn't have friends, like to say, hey, like
you're being a fucking,
you should, calm down, right? Like you guys, like when my first engagement fell apart, like you guys really helped me out, man. Like you guys really like were the ones that I needed you. Y'all were there for me, and I needed y'all to be there for me. Otherwise, I could be one of them dudes, man.
No.
And yeah, like, so I see how people can fall into it, but
very easily.
But then when it's one of those things where it's like, how the fuck can people think like this? Like when it's like post nut clarity, but like, like
what am I watching?
Like, huh? Like, Jesus Christ! Like, what the fuck was I doing? Right?
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it's because dudes are alone, right? The male loneliness epidemic. Some of them niggas are not lonely enough, frankly. I mean, some of y'all need to die alone. Your bloodlines need to never get passed on. But I mean, I do think there is a large aspect of like just loneliness, and so they feel like they have to blame it on something. And a lot of people don't want to work on themselves. They don't want to look. They don't want to be self-effacing and be like, "What am I doing wrong?" or like, "What am I missing?" or what have you. But I also think, like you talked about, it's 1986 in this movie, and gender roles are really strictly defined, right? Like men do this. They wear the Jim Crow outfits, and women do X, right? In fairness to men of this era, things are not so black and white, right? Like they are like, you have women who are like, you've got like the trad wife type of women who are like, I want the traditional type of fucking lifestyle, even though it's like, I want to work on my husband to work on a farm type weirdo shit. I don't really fucking get it. I think it's all a grift, to be honest. But you have women who want that sort of thing. You have women who are like, I don't need a man. So you got that. And so you have to like, okay, like, then I'll just stay over here. And then you have like, I think the vast majority of women who are like, look, I want to live a, normal progressive kind of like viewpoint. I don't mean politically progressive, but like gender roles progressive. Like, I don't want to have to be scrubbing, toilets all day and taking care of the kids. I'd like to have a career and type of shit like that. And so it's like, I want to be able to share those responsibilities. And I think that's most women. But then you have a bunch of guys who are like, I want to be the provider and I don't want to take care. I don't want to have to do like primary child care. And then there's people who want to be in the middle and guys who are willing to go all the way to the other end and be like, I'll stay home with the kids. Like, I think there's so many options where I think some people who are not savvy enough get kind of lost. And they're just like, I don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. And like, I don't necessarily think that's a bad, like, I don't judge them about that because I think that can be difficult. I think you just have to kind of move with the times. And some people are just not good at that. Like they just aren't. And so then they end up listening to people who give very simple answers to things because sometimes people think simplicity is the correct. Like life isn't always an Occam's razor kind of situation. But then those guys, like your red pill guys, they give an answer that's just blame women. Women got more rights, so they're clearly the problem. It's like, no, that's not really the problem. The problem is like we're supposed to be treating them as equals. And when you treat people as equals, you don't get to just dominate and benefit and do nothing. Right? Like men have gotten massive benefits from women for years. You can knock a woman up, she stays home, has the kids, you go out and work, hang out with the boys, go get a drink after work, you get to do all this. She comes and complains, you tell her to shut the fuck up, and then like she's got to listen to you. Like that's been the standard for decades, hundreds of years, right? Thousands of years. And now it's like you have to treat this other person with respect and treat them as an equal. And some guys are like, I don't know how to do that because I've never seen that. Well, nigga, grow up. That's just what life ain't fair. You gotta change because it's not the 1950s anymore. And so red pill dudes are like, but we can try to make it the 1950s. Like, it's not. And that's why your wife or your girlfriend going to leave you for a nigga on rollerblades. Say all that to say that.
It's just interesting, too, because, like, these aren't, like, old men. I mean, some of the older guys, some of the old red pill dudes are in like their 30s. Like, them fresh and fit dudes are in, like, their mid-30s, right? Which means they were born in, like, the 90s. By the 90s, like, shit was already different. So I don't understand why, like, and then they're getting younger and younger. Like, this is the world you live in. What the fuck is, like, it's not the 60s. Yo, the 50s was 80 years ago, dude. What the hell?
Where are you? Like,
almost
yeah, like, where are they?
Like, what are you learning this shit?
Right.
That's my
picking
question.
this shit up from?
Their fathers.
How old are their fucking dads?
Well, they must
Like,
be
if you're in
bitter
your 20s,
ass dudes. Like, they're probably
like,
bitter
God
ass
damn,
dudes.
dude.
Right?
Like, what
But-
the fuck?
I mean, think about it. If you were, I mean, Andrew Tate is a prime example of this. He grew up, him and his brother, Tristan, I think his name is, right? The two rapists.
Yeah.
They grew up, their mom and their dad got a divorce. And they listened to their dad was like, he's like a traveling like chess player or whatever, right? He's like a famous chess player. But like when they talk about him, like I've seen clips, like they talk about him as like he was the man or whatever. Their mom was a piece of shit and drove him to cheating. That's why he cheated on the mom. So they have a twisted sense of what a woman's role is, what a man's role is, and stuff like that. And so they saw him as like this like tough figure. It's like super masculine chess player. Okay, it's like this nigga wasn't.
My dad is completely smart. The fuck?
The fuck? I was like, God,
Yeah,
his accent is out of
What kind
control.
of accent do they have,
It's
yo?
very weird.
I don't understand it.
What kind of British Canadian accent is that?
You know what? Maybe he has a Romanian accent because that's where he needs to go and go to prison and live out the rest of his life in a box.
You say that about those dudes, and it reminded me of something.
Opposition.
And
I don't know. I'm just saying.
you tell that story about them dudes and their father, and it reminds me of a very like minor anecdote that I had that I can tell from something that happened to me the other day. Like, it is very important for fathers or for a male figure to guide young men. When me and my family, we were in the kitchen the other day, and my wife said something, and I said, well, I don't know, I disagree with her, not in like a you're wrong, but she said something and I said, well, oh, I thought it was this, right? Turns out she was right. But, I said, oh, well, I thought it, but I thought it was this. Hold up. I thought it was this. And my son is there and he's like, I believe you, daddy. I always believe you, not mommy. And I said, whoa. Okay. You got to listen to your mother too now. Like you got to, don't just believe, don't believe me, and not believe your mother.
Right.
You know what I mean? And he immediately picked up on
but where did that come from? That's weird. Like what? Why?
Exactly. But you know where it comes from? Because he has two loving parents, right? But he probably relates to me a little more simply because we outnumber her.
Well, and you're also you're male, right?
Right. We're men and we outnumber. Right. Like it's more men in the house, and he's taking his cues from me and kind of, taking some and passing some to his little brother. So, but I was freaked out by it. And it's not the first time I've heard it. It's not the first time I've had to say, no, you need to, don't say that. Like, you need to believe your mother. You need to do what she says. You need to, because she is an authority figure also. She's someone that you need to listen to and respect. But kids pick up on stuff like that. Kids think that way.
She's a girl. I mean, but my daughter's the same way. Like my daughter will connect and identify more with things my wife says, and I'm like, I just told you that, and it's just like, but it's the same thing. She's like, my daughter's big thing is anything she plays with that character stuffed animals or anything, everything is a girl, right? So it's I've never known that because, by default, if I grab a little Lego character or a non-gendered turtle or something like that, right? It's like a stuffed animal. My instinct, and this is a weird thing that you don't really notice this until you're a parent. My instinct is to name it a guy's name. Why? And it's a really weird thing, and you don't think about it. You just do it. I'm like, hey, this is Tommy the turtle, and it's just because I'm a guy, right? But for her, everything is a girl. And I was like, I'm actually kind of proud that she does that. That's the way in which she sees the world. But it just makes sense. So it's not. I say all that to say, it's not shocking when people hard identify with their particular gender. That's not abnormal at all. It's actually totally normal. But these guys have turned from identifying with when you're a boy, you like hanging out with other boys. Like when you're a young boy, you're like, I like playing with boys because I'm a boy and we fucking punch each other and jump around, and girls like to play with girls because they like to do the same things, right? It makes all the sense in the world. But that turns into hatefulness with these guys, and that
turns into spite. Yeah, man.
It's they're not your enemy, you dumb fuck. What do you do? When you're a little kid and you're like, I don't like girls, or I don't like boys because they're different. That's normal kid shit. But then eventually, you're not like that in your 20s. You're not like that in your 30s.
You would hope so. Right.
But these guys have convinced, sadly, other people who are much more followers than leaders that the reason you don't have these things is because those women took this from you. They are ruining your opportunities to go to college. Those minorities are ruining your opportunities to succeed. Because you notice how the red pill people they don't just hate women, but they also start to hate minorities too that don't look like them. That's also a part of it. And even when they are minorities, they still hate racial minorities, right? It's all from the same thing. They don't know how to succeed by rising tide lifts all boats. They don't live by that. They have to push other people down to make themselves feel big. Yeah, it's sad. So I don't know. I think all of these niggas are pathetic. If I'm being honest, I just do. I think they're all pathetic. I think they could all benefit from just a collective ass whooping. I just really do. Literally or figuratively, to be honest, pick your poison. But I just think that's why they cannot identify with like people like the Nola Darling character because it pushes in the face, it pushes against everything they believe in, which is that women should be less, and if they want the same thing men want, then there's something wrong with them, and like all of that, like, you know, egalitarian society type of shit is lost on them. It's just lost on them because they have to push someone down in order to push themselves up. They just have to because they were raised poorly, to be honest, I think. Yeah, don't be like these guys. Be normal, and then maybe you can find Nola Darling, who maybe doesn't, you know, want to fuck you and two of your friends, but wants to have sex with you. So, I don't know. It's very weird. All right. Anything else on this episode, 293? She's got to have it.
Watch the series. Series is better. It does this, but better. Yeah.
All right, there you go.
The Wanda
if you're a film buff, though, yeah, nigga. I mean,
that's
enough. That's good enough for me.
You get 2 seasons of DeWanda Wise, nigga. Like that should be all the reasoning you need.
1,000. It was for me. All right, that is it for us. We will be back next week with another preview episode. I assume the next episode will be She's All That, as I said last time. Which is also on Netflix, by the way, I found out. All right, so we'll be back with a preview episode for next week. Later, guys.
Thank you.
See you.
Bye. You're watching the Black on Black Cinema YouTube channel. Make sure you check out our full reviews of Black movies, past and present. And every other week, we do a preview episode where we talk about a random topic that affects the Black community.